Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. Okay, so yesterday on Saturday the 21st of June 2025, we did a live stream, me and this guy here called Maff the coder. Maff has been helping me with this indicator called the quad rotation stochastic indicator, or as some of my viewers like to call it, Quadzilla, which is a name that I quite like and we might adopt in the future. I'm not quite sure. Now, although live streams don't tend to get rewatched much, it is worth rewatching this one. I'll link to it in the top corner now. It's called SWC Saturday Solstice Stream because it was the summer solstice, and hopefully that wasn't the end of the summer. It was really great fun to make, and I'm really pleased for Maff for giving up his time to come along and talk about the improvements and, well, massive makeover that he's given to this indicator that, quite frankly, before was a bit of a mess, and now it just looks really beautiful and it's really useful. Now, shortly after the live stream, one of my viewers got in touch, and he'd been using the indicator on the 30-minute time frame, and he'd been looking at SUI, and he got in touch saying, have I found a bottom? Is this a good buy entry? He was also confused by some little red triangles that he might not have seen before. I will say at this point, by the way, that I don't mind people contacting me one-to-one, but I can't really give support for this indicator on a one-to-one basis because it's just not a good use of my time, really. If you have got queries, the best thing to do is to leave a comment on a video, and I will either respond on the video, or I will actually make a video, such as I'm doing now, to explain my answer, which then benefits everybody. And I think that is generally a better way to do it rather than engaging in a one-to-one conversation, because it's really weird how quickly time can get used up. Anyway, what he'd noticed was the price of SUI was coming down. He was looking at it on the 30-minute time frame, and he was seeing these green backgrounds on the indicator signifying that there could be a trend reversal anytime soon. Now, also there was these little red triangles down the bottom as well, and he didn't quite know what they meant. Okay, so let's just make this a bit bigger so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so these triangles here, what they are what was before like a red cross or a green cross if it's at the top. These are a thing called an ABCD pattern recognition. And I've made a page about this indicator on my website, which you can refer to. You'll find it at savewithcrypto.org/quad-rotation. I'll leave a link for that in the description down below so you can find it easily. Now, this page is a work in progress, as is the indicator, to be honest. So we can have a look at what it says here about the ABC pattern detection. So what we're calling this ABCD, we're calling it a trend shield in the indicator, because it acts like a shield, because when everything else is saying that you're ready for a reversal in trend, the shield is there to sort of say, well, not quite yet. So what it says here, it says it appears when stochastic 4 lingers above 90 or below 10% for a set number of bars, indicating a trend continuation. Okay, so we need to look at stochastic 4. Now, at the moment on the indicator, what we're showing by default is the 20% line here and the 80% line there. If you want to see the 10 and the 90, we can also enable those. And stochastic 4 isn't a stochastic that's shown by default. What this does show is stochastic 1, which is this very thin red line at the edge of the convergence band. And then you've got this white one here, which is an average of all the stochastic lines. If you want to show these lines, you can. You can come to the settings. So you can enable stochastic 4, so you can see this green line here. And also we can come down here and show the extreme overbought and the extreme oversold lines. Okay. Right. So now you can see that when the green stochastic 4 comes below this 10% line, that's when these red triangles start to appear. Now, the idea here is that when they appear, even though everything is saying that the trend is about to reverse and the price is going to go up, these triangles are saying, well, hang on a minute, because it's still going down. So ideally you want to wait until these stop appearing. So if we have a look at what actually happened, you'll see that the price was coming down, and then we got a clear one here with no red triangle, and from that point onwards the price went up. Now it didn't go very far, because if you look at the trend with these EMAs, these exponential moving averages, and if you want to know how to set these up, look at the video that's linked at the end of this video and you'll see how to do that. They are a 5, 9, 21 and 55 EMA. Now the point is, when they're in this order, the red at the bottom, then cyan, yellow, green, that is a trend in motion, and the trend is now down to the downside. So really, even though the red triangle stopped appearing, you kind of knew that that wasn't going to be an amazing recovery. It did start to recover a little bit when the red crossed the cyan, but it soon went back, and it never really achieved very much, did it? And now we're back again to red, cyan, yellow and green, and the trend is still to the downside. Now, since I started making this video, Bitcoin's had quite a big dump in the afternoon. I think there's some war news happening, and it did actually come down below 100k. It's currently at 99.7. Now here on the 30-minute time frame, we have got a nice green background there, but it's been such a big dump that I really want to check this out on something like the 1 hour time frame to see if we've got any clues there. And sure enough, we actually have. We've got a green background. Now at the moment, this red EMA here, this is still pointing downwards, so even at this point I would still be careful about choosing to long. In a way, I think the safer thing to do would be for look for, I think in a way the safer thing to do would be to look at it going up and then think about getting into a short, because it's looking so weak at the moment that I think the price could do that kind of thing. But if we do get a situation, for example, like what we got here, this was back in February this year, and the price dumped down quite heavily, got the green background, and then we had a big green engulfing candle here on the way back up. You could see here that the red stochastic 1 was off to the races, going up there. There wasn't a massive convergence because this area went pretty wide, but what you can see here as far as the trend goes is the red EMA crossed the cyan, and then the cyan crossed the yellow, and then soon after that we were back in an uptrend. So it's that kind of situation that I'd be looking out for. I have to say though, with all the unrest in the Middle East and the potential effect that's going to have on trade and the markets, I wouldn't expect a big recovery just yet. But if these EMAs tell me otherwise, I will. I'd love to know what you think, so please let me know in the comments down below. None of this is financial advice. This is just me thinking about what might happen, just looking at the charts. I'm not an expert. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a technical analyst. I'm just a bloke on the internet who does some trading and makes videos. So please do your own research. But do leave a comment down below, and while you're down there, do give the video a big fat like. Make sure you are subscribed, make sure you've got the notifications set on all, and above all, tell your friends.
I can't believe that Save with Crypto and Maff have chosen to make the quad rotation stochastic indicator in the United Kingdom rather than the United States, but they have clearly lost their minds because they are not even selling this great product. They are giving it away for free.
Okay, so we all know that Save with Crypto is the best YouTube channel on the planet, but it's not financial advice, right? So please do your own research and be responsible for your own actions. That way you will find that fairy tales will come true and we'll all become billionaires.